Hello and welcome back to How Rich Does It. Today I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be going over storing food for long term. I use this for a couple of reasons, mainly just to have food on hand with the trying times that we're going through with this coronavirus, any other type of a disaster, all of these asteroids that are nearly missing our planet lately. I just like to be prepared. And the reason that I prepare in these large amounts is because I want to be able to have food readily available for other family members if needed. I use two types of containers. Today we will be utilizing these 5-gallon containers here. I think they're like $3 and some odd change from Home Depot and $1 and some change for the lid. I also utilize these containers with this lid that I went over. If you haven't seen it, I made a video on these, so you might want to go back and check that video out. But they're really handy, and it's a two-piece, and both of them are sealed. This one and the one that goes on here are both sealed with a rubber gasket. And once you fill it with whatever you're going to be placing in there, you would just tighten it down, and that's it right there. I would suggest, though, if you're going to be doing long-term food storage where you're just actually pouring this in, like flour or sugar or other things of that nature, you may want to invest in a 5-gallon container that is going to be made for food storage. But for me, I go ahead and I use just these buckets on things like sugar because it's something that we go through and it's not going to be really long term. On these, it really doesn't matter because I'm going to be utilizing Mylar storage bags. These are quart storage bags. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be storing some long grain rice here. I have a 50-pound bag. I think you can just kind of see the top of it. And so what I went and started doing some research, and I found that Mylar bags are great for storing food. They last 25, I even heard up to 30 years if it's properly stored. And so I got this from Pack Fresh USA. I'm not affiliated with them at all. This is just a product. One thing that I really liked about them is that when I ordered them, because of all the delays in shipping, they upgraded. The ones that I had gotten initially were 3 mils, and the mils is referring to the thickness of the bag, and they upgraded them to 5 mils for free. So I thought that was really cool. Plus they did send a letter apologizing for taking a little bit longer in processing and getting these things shipped over to me. So I definitely will utilize them for any further purchases I'll be making in the future for these products. Also, we want to go with the oxygen absorbers. Now this is a jar. These are 300 cc absorbers. They had even less, and they had some going up to I believe 500 cc's. And what you do need to place them in is in a mason jar, something that is going to be sealing Loctite. When I put these in here, within a few minutes, I heard the top, it popped, it went down, so it sucked all the air out. When you use these, you do not want to be leaving the jar open because then they'll start to absorb the air. You want to get however many you need for a quart size. It's suggested 1 because it's overkill. It actually calls for a 200 cc, but these are 300 cc's. And also in the verbiage, it says, it won't hurt if you overkill on it. For example, like if I were to be filling this quart with pasta, it could be 75% air within the bag. If you're doing flour, it can be up to 50% air in here. So if you want to put in 2, that's fine, but 1 should be enough. And what it would do by tomorrow, this thing will be all sucked in. I actually just did this a few minutes ago. Now, right here, what I did is I put what I have in here, which is white rice. And what I put in, which got me right about to here in a 1 quart, ended up being 7 cups of white rice. And then of course I dated it. And then I came and I sealed the top. So I would say this portion of it is sealed. It's very easy to do. At that point, I would just place it in my container and continue on until I fill it. Then I'll label it and I'll put it away. If there's a family member or a friend, someone that's in need for food, and things have just gotten really bad, depending on how much they need, I can just go grab an entire bucket. I can make an assortment bucket. Like for example, I have over there, I still have yellow cornmeal, I have flour, I have brown rice, I have this white rice, and I have salt, sugar, and a couple other items that are tucked back there that I will be placing into these bags, and I can make an assorted container or multiple containers, whatever, but they're quickly accessible. And what I like at that point, then I can safely say that it can, store for 25 years, and I can place this now in my garage. I don't have to worry about insects. I don't have to worry about rats or mice, and also I don't have to worry about any type of moisture. And so those are some of the bad things for our food. So what I purchased is, like I showed you, I have the quarts, and I also purchased the 1 gallons. So we're going to be doing a quart one right now. I'm going to show you just really how simple it is. So I have my quart. They do make some that have a flat bottom, so it'll sit up. It really wasn't an issue for me because I'm going to be placing them in these 5-gallon containers, so they'll all kind of hold themselves in place. It's not like I have to have them sitting up. So let me show you how simple this is. Let me walk through this really quick. So right there, I have 4 cups. Okay. Kind of shake it down. And let's get another 3 cups. And oh wow, right on the money. Is it? Yep, 3 cups. All right. So I'll bring it back around here. I'll shake it out. I'm going to sit it here. Now, like I said, you want to quickly grab what you need. So I have my 1. I'm going to place it inside the rice there. I will quickly come back, make sure my jar is sealed. Now, I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but over here, I have one of these Food Saver vacuum seal units. And what I did is I said, well, let me see if I can use just the sealer portion of it. And I said, well, let me try the vacuum part. For whatever reason, something to do with the thickness of this, I made several attempts to actually use it in the manner of sucking air out, but for some reason it just wouldn't grab. Maybe that this is too thick. Maybe if it was maybe a 3 mil bag, it would grab it a lot easier. But that was okay because that was just an experiment I wanted to do. And then I actually used just the sealing portion on there because all you want to do is add heat to this. And it just left a little line. I really didn't like it. But what is suggested is a flat iron. So if you do not have access to one at home, you can get them pretty much anywhere, Walmart, places like that. I think you can get a cheap one for about $10 or online or maybe less. So what we want to do at this point is we just want to run across it really quick. You see how fast I did that? And it sealed it. It gets really hot, so make sure you don't let it just sit there. You just run across it pretty quick. Okay. And then I just go back over it just a little bit. And pretty much that's it. It's already sealed. This is just how I am. I go back over stuff. So now I have a seal that is, I would say, at least a 1/2 inch. And it is nice and sealed. It's still pretty hot. And then all I will do at that point is I will label it. And this is white rice. And it is 7 cups. And it is May 1st, 2020. Now, the last thing that I would do here is, because I do have a couple of deep freezers, I will place these bags in the freezer for 2, maybe even 3 days, probably 3 days to be safe. And I guess that's supposed to kill, any type of weevils or the eggs that are possibly in there. And then I will go ahead and place them into my container. And then I will I also have stickers, or actually tags, so then I can put on there, how many of these I have and what they are and what date they went in, and I can just stack them up. So, I mean, that took me, even just going at this pace, I could have had the items a little closer to me. I could probably do one of these every 2 to 3 minutes. You can get, a loved one, kids or something to join in. It could be an activity. Or it can just be something where you just have your music on in the background and you're just going at it, and that also can be very soothing and something cool to do. So at that point, like I said, after I would freeze it, I would just put it in the bag. Now, on the research that I was doing about, the eggs, unhatched eggs and weevils, I hope I'm pronouncing them right. Another thing, they said you really don't even have to worry about the freezing part, because if you are going to be putting them in a container that's not going to contain oxygen, with these oxygen absorbers, I guess they're supposed to kill off anyway, because, there's not going to be any air for them to utilize. So let me unplug this right here. I just wanted to walk you guys through this. And if you have any other questions, like I said, this is just kind of a basic overview. If you want to know something specific, hey, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Please give me a thumbs up if this was useful, and if it can be beneficial for someone else that please share my videos. And, really importantly, subscribe to my channel. That would be great. I'm going to be posting right up here another video of something else that I used for long-term storage, and hopefully I'll be able to do a couple more videos for you guys on other methods that I use for long-term storage. So once again, thank you for watching my channel. I hope that this was beneficial to you in some way, and please be safe out there and be kind to one another, and thank you.